Artcadets, and welcome to today's video. So today I am going to show you how to draw a 3D gingerbread man, but before I jump into that I've also got to announce the winner of the 1000 subscribers art giveaway competition, and the winner of this artwork that I did on that video goes to Rosemary Brazier, so I'm going to get that onto you. Back to today's video though, I am going to show you how to draw this 3D gingerbread man. Now there's a lot of 3D drawings on YouTube that are really fun to watch, but nowhere that I find that can show you how, and that's what I'm going to do today. So if you're ready, let's go. So with just a few simple steps, I'm going to show you how to draw a really effective 3D gingerbread man, and if you stay and watch the video right to the end, I'm going to include another step that's a really clever trick for making it look like this gingerbread man is standing up out of the page. So the first step is to draw the outline of your gingerbread man, and you can do this freehand or you can trace it, or if you've got a cookie cutter at home you could even draw around the outside of that. I've just done it in pencil. So the next step is to colour him in, and I've decided to use a mixture of the copic markers or felt tip markers as well as using some colour pencils, and the colour pencils I've chosen are in shades slightly darker than that of the felt tips. And this is really important when you're doing a 3D picture to get really good shading. So hopefully these tips will be as simple as possible for you to follow, because as I said, there are loads of videos on YouTube that will show you some really cool drawings of 3D objects, but not all of them explain how to do it. So the first step and the second step are fairly straightforward, but on to step 3, and that is the shading part. Now this is really key to making your picture look 3D. So you can see to start with I've got a really sharp pencil, and that brown colour I'm using is slightly darker than the colour of the felt tip I used to colour him in. And what I'm going to do for this step is just to go around the outside of my gingerbread man, and I'm going to do that really dark edge, and I'm going to blend that darkness into the centre with a lighter gradient. So you start dark at the edge and then gradually reduce the pressure on your pencil so that it gets lighter and lighter in towards the centre. And this will automatically make your figure look a bit more 3D. So the aim is to get that really smooth gradient, so you're doing the darker edges on the outside and then gradually lightening the pressure on your pencil so that it goes away to nothing in the middle. Because we're not just doing a 2D shape, we want to make him look rounded. So in order to do that we need to have shading. So once we've gone around the outside of his body, we're going to do the same technique for round the eyes, mouth, his bow tie, his buttons and the other icing. So just doing a darker line around the outside of his eye now, and I'm going to also do a little bit of shading underneath. And drawing shadows helps make things look 3D, because it's all to do with light reflecting and shading and shadows and all that kind of stuff. So as I said, just going around those shapes with my darker brown pencil, and you can see it's already beginning to make those icing shapes stand out. And again under his bow tie I'm just doing a little bit of shadow and a bit of darker brown just to make that bow tie look like it's standing out, and the same with the buttons. So then I'm going in with the other colour pencils, so I'm going in with the dark green and just going around the outside of the bow tie with that dark green, again with darker on the edges, going lighter towards the middle. The same with the buttons and the red pencil, and then like I'm doing now I'm just using a grey colour pencil to go and do some shading on his eyes, mouth and the icing areas as well. So obviously if something's standing up or 3D, it will cast shadows. So I'm just going around again, just repeating that process, darkening up the darker areas in contrast to the brighter areas that I'm leaving white. And as you can see, he's starting to look pretty 3D already. I'm also going in with a little bit of a white pencil here just to add a bit of a highlight to areas like his buttons. So the final step in making our gingerbread man look 3D is to just add some shading underneath his feet, and I'm doing this with a regular pencil. And I'm using regular pencil because this is easier to blend, and here I'm going in with a tissue and just going in circular motions to try and blend that shadow, that pencil out, to make it look really smooth and really effective. So if you haven't got a tissue, you can use like a cotton bud or a blending stamp, and just adding that darker pencil right under where his feet are shows that his feet are just about touching the paper, and obviously if he was to be standing up, he would cast a shadow, and that's the effect that we're going for. Now this last tip and step is the one that is really effective. So what I'm going to do is just draw a horizontal line about 2/3 of the way down his body. And that's about where his second button is if you're looking on my drawing. And then the trick to this is to also cut a triangle out of each side of the paper. So I'm making a little mark there about 3 centimeters in from the edge of the paper on either side. It's not exact, you haven't got to be exact with it. But the main thing is to have this angle, so you draw from that mark to the corner of the paper, and you do that on either side. Now it's this angle that is going to make our eye be drawn towards the gingerbread man and make him look like he's standing up. So what you then do is you need to cut that horizontal line, so just cut along and then cut round his body. Now I'm using a knife, but you don't have to use a knife. You can use scissors, probably a lot safer. But if you are using a knife, don't forget to protect your table underneath. So I'm going as close to the shape as I can to make it really neat, and ideally we don't want any of that white of the paper showing, otherwise the effect won't work as well. So once we've cut him all out, you can begin to see the effect. And that last important bit is just to cut those triangles off on the side. And as I say, that will then draw our eye sort of into the distance. It kind of makes him look like he's standing up. So why not give this a go? It's really straightforward, it looks really effective, and I think you'll really be able to impress your friends and your family by showing them how to draw 3D. And why not try other animals as well? You could draw some insects or something like that, or maybe even a spider. But there he looks pretty effective, and I think that's quite a clever trick. So give it a try at home and leave a comment in the box and see what you thought of this tutorial and the steps that we went through. Today, Artcadets, I hope you've enjoyed today's video and learned a little bit about how to draw a 3D gingerbread man. If you've liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to my channel. And if you've had a go yourself and you want me to see your drawings, then don't forget you can email them to me too at artcadets@gmail.com. I'll see you next week. Bye!